Hey friend, this is Eric from Miller Music, and in the video today I'm going to talk about how to reamp your guitar parts. I recently did this and I had all of these questions on how to set it up and what I needed, so I thought I'd make a video to help you when you want to do this yourself. So I'm going to talk about three different things. I'm going to talk about why you would want to reamp your guitar parts and why it's useful. I'm going to talk about the hardware setup that you need, all of the pedals and your interface, as well as what you need to do in your software, so how to set it up inside of your DAW. Okay, the main reamping pedal we're going to be using is the Canvas Re-Amp, although you can really apply these principles to any of the any of the reamp boxes and they will do the same thing. All right, so let's jump in. Okay, so the first thing is, why would you want to reamp your guitar parts in the beginning? I can think of two different reasons. One would be if you're not happy with your guitar tones that you came up with on the or recorded on the day of your session, and you're not happy with them, even though the takes were good. You have a backup take to actually reamp those same guitar parts and just dial in the tones a little bit differently. So it's really useful for that. The other reason is if you want to have a doubling of your guitar parts and maybe use a different amp or an amp sim, you can have a second dry track that's recorded, and you could actually have a different amp and then maybe pan them right and left to have a wider guitar part using different amps. So there's two different options you can use for reamping your guitar parts and why you would want to do that. So the hardware setup you're going to need to do that is a couple different things. Now I'm going to show you the simplest way first, and then also how to do it with two different inputs at the same time. So the simplest way is, if you have your guitar, you plug in your guitar, and then you plug your output of your guitar directly into your audio interface. When you're doing this and then you're recording it, you're going to have a completely dry track, and if you wanted to, you could put, through effects, you could put some amp sims onto your guitar that way. But essentially the recorded track is dry. So what you're going to do to reamp that track is to go out of the back of the audio interface. In this case, I have a PreSonus Quantum 2626. Out of the line out of the back, and then into your reamp box. Okay, and for the Canvas we have an input and then we have an output. So I'm gonna take the out of the line out and then into the input of the reamp box, and then on the output of the reamp box I'm going to take my guitar cable for the new track and then plug this directly into the pedals or into my amp. Then from the amp you're going to mic the amp up and then send that mic cable back into the audio interface, and then you're going to create a new track and record that track. In a minute I'll show you how to set that up. One thing I liked about this pedal is that it actually has an input control built into the pedal, so you can dial in a really good sound or good input for volume. So I found that to be really useful for this particular pedal. There's also a ground, mute, phase, high pass filter if you wanted for this pedal. So it worked really well for what I needed it to do. Now the second option you can do if you're recording your guitar parts is to use a direct box when you initially record your guitar parts that has a parallel in out. Okay, so what this does, this is a really inexpensive direct box. What you can do is, you're out of your guitar, you go into the input of the direct box, and then out of the one of the outputs, the balanced line on the output, you go directly into your one channel of your audio interface, and that's going to be your dry track. The second channel, the second output, you're going to go directly from here, a 1/4 inch, and then go into your pedals or your amp, mic the amp up, and then have a second channel going in to your audio interface, and that's going to be the amped track. And then, like I said, you have that dry track already. So that's if you want to record your guitar parts and record an amp part and a dry track at the same time, that can be a useful thing to go ahead and do. But that's the audio setup that you need to set everything up. Hey friends, if you don't know me, my name is Eric Miller, and I help guitar players with home recording and getting great tones with their current gear. And I have a free gift for you. It's called my Great Guitar Tone Checklist. What this is, it's a free checklist on how to get great tones using your own current gear. So from amp setup to guitar setup to pedal setup, this will show you how to get some great tones without purchasing any new gear. To get that guide, just click the link in the description below. All right, back to the video. Okay, so now I am inside of Studio One, and I have these tracks set up. Everything down here in blue is the initial dry guitar tracks that I recorded, and then everything up here in gray is the reamped guitar tracks, okay? So those are all reamped. So the way to set it up is after you have all your hardware set up, let's go down here, and what you want to do is solo out your initial track. So you're just going to want to only play that track, okay? So if I just solo this out. Okay, so that's my guitar track. Now, what you want to make sure, and I definitely made this mistake, is to turn off any effects you have, okay? So that way it's not going to be going into your new amp. So I want to turn off the Ampire, which is my amp sim, and I also want to turn off all of the guitar bus effects, okay? So I don't want any delay in there, I don't want any compressors in there, so that when I go to listen back, it's just straight guitar. Because that's what you would be hearing if you recorded your, that's what your amp is hearing when you're playing the guitar, your pedals are hearing, okay? So then you want to set up a brand new track up here, and this is what I've done up here. So, and then select the input from your microphone, and then you're going to record, enable that track. You're going to just re-record from the beginning. Now, I will say it's a little bit weird because you're going to hear your amp playing your guitar part and without you playing it. So it's a little strange. But let's listen to what that same guitar part now sounds like with just the amp. Okay, initially it was here, down here. So then that's how you would do it. That's basically how you would do it. Now, there's a couple things that I want to show you that it's pretty cool what I learned afterwards with reamping, that you can get some cool effects. Like for example, down here, I reamped something and then I put some dotted eighth note delay effects on it that I wasn't able to do going in. So let's listen to that. So there's that dotted eighth note delay. So I was able to dial that delay pattern in, which I didn't do on the initial dry track, which was kind of cool. I thought it sounded interesting. It sounded neat. All right, so just to recap, we talked about setting up your hardware, what hardware you needed. I used the Walrus Audio Canvas for this, and then how to set it up in your software, such as Studio One here, but you can do these principles on any software. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. You can also get my great guitar tone checklist by clicking the link in the description, and I will see you on the next video. All right, take care.